nice spot it is. What we're saying, look at this weather. Look at this weather, man. Fucking love it, don't we? Hopefully the sound of the wipers isn't taking over too much. Not like a bit of rain, man. Not like a little bit of rain. We like variety. As long as it's not like it's all year round. We like a bit of variety. Just the thing, the one thing that I'm not enjoying at the moment is these short ass days. Like it's staying dark in the morning for longer. It's getting dark earlier in the night. No, I don't rate that shit. Don't rate that shit at all. Don't get me wrong. Don't mind like when it's bonfire night and things like that. Like I like it when it's dark, but not for me this darkness, man. Not for me. Dark and gloomy. Can't even see the sky, it's just pure grey. Right. Just been listening to John Jewett. If you don't know who John Jewett is, you don't know. But he's been talking about he's a bodybuilder. He went from 212, he's open bodybuilder. He's like an educator. He does like courses. A lot of like pro bodybuilders use his methods and use his courses. Yeah. But anyway, one thing what he was just talking about, and it's so fucking important. It's so important. It's just like staying on it in the off season. So like, I know so many guys who, like, whether they're competing or not, or you just want to be in shape, but they'll put in like 100% in the diet phase. So like before they're going all day out before a show, which can be anywhere from like 8 weeks, even 6 weeks, which I don't recommend. 8 weeks to like 16, 20 weeks before a show. That's when they turn it on, and that's when they're disciplined, and that's when they put in the work. But then for the rest of the year, they just sort of like tick boxes and take the foot off the gas a little bit. And obviously there's a time and a place for just ticking boxes and taking your foot off the gas. But if you want to make as much progress as possible, you've got to be on it, man. You've got to be on it. You've got to be on it as much as you can all year round. I just see it all the time. And the thing is, what you don't want to fall into the trap of doing, and we just see often. Fair enough if you're happy with your current size, you don't want to get any bigger, you don't really want to make any progress, and you're happy just like dieting that fat off year round, looking the same. But that's not bodybuilding to me. That's not bodybuilding to me. Bodybuilding isn't just about getting in shape. Bodybuilding is about growing muscles, bringing up body parts, strong body parts, weak body parts, whichever. It's about making progress. Like I say, it's about growing. And every year, if you do a diet every year, you're going to be better. You're going to be bigger, better, in as many ways as possible. And ultimately, you're creating your sort of like, you're creating you're creating a physique, aren't you? It's how you want it to look. But yeah, man, you just don't want to fall into the trap of, especially if you do compete and you do want to improve, is like still spend, like what you see a lot of guys doing is in the outside the contest prep, they're still spending the same amount of money on like the gym, like your gear, your growth hormone, like all these things. You're still spending the money, but the discipline's not there, and it's almost like it's a waste, man. The amount of people that I see where they'll sacrifice money and health in the off season, but not put in the not putting the work, like with the discipline and in the gym, with like making sure they're getting the sleep in, and it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like some people think because they're taking the steroids, because they're training, because they're getting the protein in, that they're gonna make progress, but it's not like that, man. It's not like that. You can make a little bit of progress, but the more on it you are, the better. And obviously, the good thing about the off-season phase is that it's an opportunity for you to be more flexible with what you do. So you can be more flexible with your meals. You can be more flexible with your protein sources, carb sources, fat sources. Like you can just be way more flexible. You don't have to sacrifice progress in doing so. I think it's a cop out when people say that, like, oh, I want to live my life, I want to enjoy my life. It's like, alright, just say that you just can't be asked. You can't be asked being disciplined, or that you don't have the discipline. But I think a lot of men don't like to admit that they don't have discipline. They think they have discipline, but if you can only be disciplined for a few months a year, you don't have discipline. You don't have discipline. It's like, when does discipline start? Does it start when you've done like a day of sticking to your shit? A week? A month? You know what I mean? But yeah. And one thing that I've like been slack with in the past, and it's more so being a case of like the knowledge and me just being like naive with it. But tracking your training, man. Again, I used to think it was gay, but tracking your training, making sure that you're progressing, being consistent with your exercise selection. That's what's going to make you make progress, man. Like you could basically put test. You could put test, yeah, and basically like any other compound at a certain at like say that your total load of like test and whatever you're adding to it, whether it be like Deca, Masteron, MPP, whatever it might be, Primo, Equipoise, or even just test on its own. But literally, you could just pick a random number, and it's not really going to make much difference to how much progress you make. But the training is what's going to make the difference. Like people are always looking for the secret, or what's the magic steroid to take, or what's the magic. It's just being consistent with your fucking training and your nutrition. If you're consistent with your training and your nutrition, you don't even need to worry about what you like. You just take. It's just the gear shit's just basic, super basic. And to be fair, nutrition's kind of basic as well. And so's training, really. Like on paper, it's all just basic shit. But how you apply it is everything, man. And one thing what I stress with my guys, and it's the reason why I get them to send me training videos across. And again, it's one of those things where I'll get guys messaging me and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I don't need my training doing, my training's sorted." And you look at them and you're like, "Well, obviously it's not, because if your training was sorted, you'd look like you trained." And like that's the biggest tell on whether somebody's training's good is how they look. Like, you know what I mean? Like somebody could, like, if somebody's diet ain't the best, body fat might be a little bit higher or whatever, but if somebody's training's on point, you can look at them and you can tell the training's on point. And you can't necessarily tell with diet. Like arguably, if somebody stays lean, but then they might just undereat. But if somebody knows how to train, they look like they train. And a lot of these guys will say that the training's sorted, don't look like they train, and I've worked with fucking so many of them. The guys that And oftentimes the guys who do look like they train, and they do train good, they're often the ones that are willing to learn more and get better at what they do, because they know the time that they've put into it and the effort it takes, so they want to make the most out of their time in the gym. And that's my attitude towards it, really. It's like when I say to clients, I'm like, look, I want you to make sure, well, I want us to make sure that we're getting the most out of every single thing we do. Like every day, like with your food, especially with your training, I don't want you to waste any time. So I get them to send me videos of the training, and I'll just sort of like analyse it and be like, right, that's fine, or we need to change this, you need to do this a little bit slower, or whatever. And it makes the biggest difference, man. It makes the biggest difference. I do it to myself. Like, I'll watch my training back and I'll be like, right, that needs to be better, or that needs to be thing. And it's constantly like, in the gym, obviously it's about training hard and enjoying it, but you should want to make progress, man. Like, you should want to make progress. And progress is part of the fun. Like, you can't say that, oh, I'm just going to train today, I'm not going to think about it because I don't enjoy it when I do it. It's like, fair enough, but to me, I'm enjoying it the most when I know what I'm doing is going to be the most effective and it's going to give me the most progress. But yeah, so make sure your fucking training is on point and you're not just like just training hard, because there's a difference between just training hard and training smart and hard. And you know what it is, I watching I was listening to a podcast with James Hollinshead another day, and he was talking to Niall, the little Filipino dude who's got the Transparent podcast, and he asked him when did he make the most progress, and he talks about like when his training was the best, and when he says the best, so when it was the most accurate and he was doing the least amount of volume, because then what he said then in his off season, he said he noticed that all the food that he was eating and his nutrition was all going towards repairing and growing the muscles, whereas what's this fucking guy doing? Whereas when he was doing super high volume and just training hard and just like overdoing it, said he enjoyed his training, but what he realised is he didn't grow as much because the nutrients were being wasted just on pure energy and just trying to recover his body from the sessions, and he was burning through too many calories. Whereas, like I said, when he started being more precise, then it's almost like he wasted less calories, and all his calories went towards what he wanted them to go towards, and that was recovering and repairing the muscle. So a bit of food for thought for you there, and that's why I emphasise just trying to be so accurate. And it might sound a bit anal, might sound a bit anal and a bit OTT, but the more accurate you can be, the more you can isolate a muscle when you're trying to hit it without fucking smashing your CNS. As fun as them sessions are, when you're just going ball to the wall, killing yourself, you leave the gym fucked, you've burnt like fucking 5,000 calories in a session. As much fun as they are, you're kind of pissing in the wind a little bit, and you're almost like, arguably, you're wasting calories that could be going towards repairing the muscle, but instead you're just burning through them. But yeah, food for thought, guys, food for thought. But training is the most important thing when it comes to making progress. And as a coach, that's one thing what I've noticed the most. And also what I noticed the most is most people believe that it's not training, and most people believe that it's nutrition, and they want to find these secrets of the nutrition. But the nutrition's easy, man. The nutrition's the easiest bit. The nutrition's like basic. You find what works for somebody, you see how the body responds, and you make adjustments based on that. And that can be in terms of how much protein they need, how much carbs they need, how much fats they need, what their output needs to be, like how much cardio they need to do, what steps. And I have guys who want to start coaching, and like a lot of guys who want to start coaching, and they'll message me and they'll be doing a diet for somebody and they'll be like, is this right? And it's like, I don't know, try it. It's one of them where when you're working with people and you get a client and you look at the body, I get all my guys who are coming on, or girls, whatever, to like fill out a form for me, send me loads of pictures, and tell me like a lot about themselves. And then I think just from doing it like over the years, you get like an eye, and you can sort of like guesstimate what they need in terms of, like I said, how much protein, how much carbs, how much fats. And then you create the plan, make sure the food sources are right, make sure they've got what they enjoy, see how the body responds, and then make little changes just based on how it responds. Simple shit, man. Simple shit. Right. Pre-workout going in. We've got back and hamstrings today. So, as well, what I wanted, so the main core of the workout: seated single leg hamstring curls, 2 sets; stiff leg deads, 1 set. We're gonna go heavy on that today. Strength's been flying up. Just need to not get carried away. Lying hamstring curls, liar. And then we've got a single arm pull down, and I believe we've got T-bar row, and then I think we have got like an upper back row. I feel like there's something else though. We'll see anyway, we'll see. But what I'm going to do is, I said that I was going to do loads of abs yesterday, and I did like 4 sets of like the Nautilus crunch machine. And you know what I've realised? Leg raises are just far superior, man. Far superior. Like, you're doing the Nautilus crunch machine, you can feel it, but leg raises are just better, man. I think they're just better. Like a hanging leg raise. Like, I struggle to do them like hanging from a bar, but like, you know, like in the Roman chair in the seat. I think it's called the Roman chair. But yeah, and then just basic crunches on like a bench so you can hook your legs over. So I think today what we're going to do is, instead of the usual 60-second plank, 20 leg raises, 2 sets, I think I might do 3 or 4 sets of leg raises. Yeah, and we'll do some planks as well. Right, I'm going to have this, and then I'm going to do my little walk, and we're going to get in the fucking zone, and we're going to have a bad boy session. Didn't have the mic on, did I? Right. Another set. I didn't realise either that these 2.5s here, these run the thing, there's two of them, so 5 kilogram heavier than what I thought. No wonder it rather. Right, let's go. Probably have a little break between each leg too. Fuck the break, let's go. Them 2.5s made a fucking big difference. A big fucking difference. Oh shit. Right. Stiff legs. Just one set on these. Let's make it a good one. Now then boys. Some fucking stiff legs. So we don't really want to go too heavy on these. I know I said that on 3 plates, but then we did 3 for 12, we did 3 plates on a 5, 150 for 11, so, and I did them as perfect as we could. So we're putting on went to 160, another 5 aside. Want to keep feet as parallel as we can. We don't need to go too deep. There's a point where you go too deep where you're not going to get any more out your hamstrings. We want to ideally use as little lower back as we can, but inevitable you're going to use lower back. But really we just want to isolate his hamstrings as much as we can. The heavier they will go, the harder it is to isolate the hamstrings, I find. Like, we could easily put 4 or 5 plates on here, but it just becomes glutes and lower back. Right, parallel feet, if anything, toes slightly in, heels slightly out, but never toes out, heels in. Just because it takes away from the hamstrings, you just end up smashing glutes. And yeah, and the golden fucking rule, when we use barbell, we don't use clips. 1, safety. More so if you're doing a bench, just so you don't get stuck. But not using clips on a deadlift forces us to be more strict, more controlled. Right, I did a rep on this just to feel it out, and it felt alright. I feel like the only thing that could potentially let me down is my grip, but that's what we've got straps for, innit? Right, 1 set, 6 to 10, closer to 10 the better. Fucked myself up as well by somebody had left this long ass bar out. I think it's a Texas power bar. My brother's a fucking training powerlifting nerd, so he's got a few of these lying about. I don't need to make it easier or harder. Let's say harder. These are nice and tight. Can't have my fucking grip letting me down. I've only got 1 set. Right.
But it's failure last week. Well, I won't say failure, but we got 11 on 150 last week. 11 on 160 this week. Not bad. Not bad. Right. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. 2 sets, 8 to 10 on these. Let's try and get as much out of them as we can. Yeah. Let's fucking go. Come on. Come on. Same again. We're going to keep these a bit more fluent now. Yeah, man. Right, back. I tell you what, them deadlifts fucking catch up here. Fuck me. That's what I mean about gotta be careful not going too heavy. Otherwise it can take away from the end of the session. That's why now I think we're at a point with them where I'd rather try and get more out of that weight than focus on like overloading and more reps, more weight, because it just comes to the point where like I said, the heavier we go, the harder it is to be as accurate on your hamstrings, and also the heavier you go, it's like a fucking big hinge, like a full body compound, just smokes you, man, and before you know it, all your fucking energy is going to just that one exercise, which is not necessarily going to translate to progress, to muscle gain. Right, we're going 5 plates on these today, a bit heavier than last week. 2 sets, 6 to 10, single arm. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Little rest to do it over arm. Perfect. Yeah, man. Stick on that. Another set each arm. Oh, yeah. Same again, let's go. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Good old T-bar row. So one thing I'm learning lately is if you're on a big back, it's not all about the barbell rows no more. It's the fucking chest supported rows that you can connect with in full send. Right. So with these, I never used to, I didn't used to like letting my shoulders come too far forward out the socket, also known as overstretching. However, I've been studying some of the best backs there is in the Pro League, and when I look at Josema, even when I go back like 5 years ago in his YouTube videos, I'm a fucking weirdo, I realised that this is one exercise that he always does, and when he does it, he always rolls his shoulders forward as far as he can get them. So basically a full stretch and a full contraction. Who would have thought, eh? Now that doesn't apply for every body part, but for back, and his back is fucking different level. So, right, last week we got 8 on this. Feeling a bit now, it's back end session, so I'll be happy to get 8 again. Again, quality over everything, but we do want to move some weight. So, and because we're locked in with chest supported, don't be afraid to rag it a bit. As long as the connection's there. Right, you have to fucking straggle this, I'm not telling you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah man. Yeah man. 2 more reps than last week. We'll stay on that weight. Fuck me, when you overstretch, you can feel it pulling on like your rhomboids, like mad, like upper middle back. Right, big rest. We'll do another set on that. Same again. Same again. Stretch and fucking squeeze. Let's go. Right. Right. Single arm chest supported row. Then we'll finish off with like an upper mid back row. Oh yeah. Yeah man. Oh. Went a little bit heavier than last week. Last week we got 2 sets of 10 on 150. We've got first set 12, 155. Won't get carried away though. Today we'll do second set, same weight again. Next week we'll go 160. Progress. We're growing. Tell you what, my back is mega pumped. Mega pumped, man. Oh yeah. Let's go. Fuck man. Fuck. One thing I've noticed as well is when you get locked in with a chest supported machine, you can afford to be a bit sloppier. When I say sloppy, I don't mean sloppy. I mean like, you don't need to think about like the squeeze as much and stretch. You just sometimes need to fucking do it. And as long as you're locked in, you're gonna get what you need. Right. Oh yeah. Yeah man. Right. Yeah, man. Come on.
Fuck. You know what? Today one of those sessions where if I was self-coaching, we'd be getting a big cheap meal tonight, and we'd be saying we've earned it. That's what I'd keep telling myself. Fuck, like best fucking back sessions I've ever had. That my back is mega pumped, mega pumped. Tried to be nice aggressive as well on some of those second working sets. Bit less strict with form, nice and aggressive. I feel like I hit the spot with them, man. Oh man, what a fucking session. What a session. 5. So what I've noticed is, even if I do train a bit later, I still prefer just to train on 2 meals, man. Like in the past, whenever I've had like 3 meals, like what time did we get to the gym? Must have got to the gym about 3ish. half 3. But yeah, what I've noticed is, I think we did get up a bit later as well. Tried to stay in bed a bit longer, long it out a bit. Went to sleep a bit late last night. But yeah, what I've noticed is even if I train later, I just feel like, you know what it is, it's like physically the pump's good, but mentally I start feeling tired, man. I start feeling tired. The more food I eat, the more tired I feel. And I know it's not the best example, but the less motivated I feel to train as well, the more I've eaten. But I don't know if that's just because I'm used to, you know what I mean, it's what I'm used to. Where like I'm used to getting home and I've got my meals ahead of me. And then the more meals I eat, the more I can chill. But yeah, anyway, new product from Gasmart 10. Whack this in with your big carb meals. GDA, glucose disposal agent. Basically, nice and simple, it helps your body absorb and utilise carbs. So if you've got any big carb meals, it just helps. So we're gonna have 5 of these now with post-workout, and every single nutrient from this meal is gonna go straight to my back and hamstrings. And also what we got, I know you can't see it, it just looks like piss water. The new flavour Gasmart 10 hydration. What is it? Fuck is it now? Zombied. Orange sherbet. Orange sherbet, man. Bad boy. I've been looking forward to this one, you know. I was trying to get Pav to send me one out, and he was like, oh, it's not in stock yet. I was like, oh, just send me apple then. And he's like, when it's in stock, I'll send it. I'm like, well, anyway, he sent me 2. He sent me an apple, and apple flavour and orange flavour. But yeah, this orange sherbet, bad boy. You could drink this all day, man. The hydration, it's like a collagen thing. You may have it when you wake up in the morning, like first thing, get hydrated, but you can fucking have it whenever. Oh, bad boy. Anyway, I don't want to neck all that. I'll save a bit for after his meal. Oh, fuck me. What we got here? Honey shredders, and I'm fucked, man. I can't even think what they're called. What are they called then? that look like cornflakes, but they're more rice based. Special K. That's it, Special K. But I found some ones in Morrison that were just like rice and corn based, just so they digest a bit better. And yeah, what I do is, because I'm a lazy ass and I can't be arsed cooking, I get all my chicken from Aldi, and I get them pre-cooked, they're like pre-cooked breasts. That's what I had in prep. It fucking does the job, man. And you know what it is, the consistency is always good. They fucking last, like this, the date on them's a while in your fridge, because they're probably full of fucking shit preservatives. But they fucking do the job. When I'm about 2 weeks out from my show, I usually pull them out and I cook my own chicken, but all year round I use them just because they're so fucking easy to do, man. And it's literally like, it's like $1.99 for 240 grams, which for me, it's almost like I'm having like 130, 140 grams chicken a meal. In my pre-workout, when I have chicken, I only have like 110. So I'm getting almost like a couple of meals out of each pack as well. So it's like a pound a meal. You can't fucking go wrong. And Aldi have also started doing sticky jasmine rice now, like 65p for a pack, which is like 100 grams raw weight. You know what I mean? They don't fuck about, Aldi do. They don't fuck about. The only dilemma is, I want to go to Morrison's, I want to get some coconut milk. Some unsweetened coconut milk and some more cereals. But Aldi's got the fucking frozen berries, man. The berries at Morrison's are shit. Well, they're not shit, they're just fucking overpriced, aren't they? When the berries are berries. But yeah, I might have to fucking bite the bullet. Yeah. Right. Thanks for watching, motherfuckers.